Howdy, folks. Welcome back once more to the shed. Can you just give me an idea if I'm coming through fairly good? Let's just have a look at the sound. It's only halfway, so we'll boost that up a bit. That should be a little better. Right, how's that? Okay. Dino, can you just give us an idea if I'm coming through loud and clear? I'll wait for the stream to sort itself out properly, because it always does just at the beginning. I've noticed that just looking back on some of the live streams. So, yes, another bright Sunday today. Quite nice, a little breezy, but all good so far. A little bit on the chilly side. I think autumn is starting to bite now. Let's just say a very good afternoon to Chuck Schreiber, who's just popped in. And loud and clear, Andy. Thank you, Dino. And good afternoon to you. RGJ, from the ambulance. And no, it's pissing it down. Yeah. That's got to be way, way up in the wilds of Wales. So good to see you here, Chuck. 75 degrees in Texas. Yeah, it's not that here. It's about 68 if we're lucky. Ivo Van Zan. Hello, Ivo. Nice to see you. I hope you are relaxing at the weekend because I know you work pretty hard. And nice to see you, Robin Grayson, in between ambulance jaunts, I would imagine, and trying to keep out of the rain. Smallwood Junction. Hello, Paul. Good to see you. Wolfsex Scenics is Paul Wood. Hello, Paul. Great to see you. Yeah, it's absolutely hacking it down. Yeah, it's not much fun when it's like that. Stormy Sky Rail Productions has got a video out, so that's for edification later. Yes, good to see everybody. Hello, Mav, Dino, Digger. I noticed Digger was in first, so that would mean that Digger would get the. No, it was Dino in first. So Dino gets the cookie. Probably with little bits of chocolate on the top. So the only thing we get of cookies over in this country is Maryland cookies, which are the traditional biscuit with little bits of chocolate stuck in it, little chocolate dollops. I don't know if dollop is a word that anybody uses anywhere else in the world. But yeah, a dollop's good. Moneybrook Junction, hello there. Nice to see you. Chocolate, yeah, chocolate's all right with Dino. That's good. Yes, well, we're well into September now. October is on the way, and October, of course, means Gets, which is at the Marshall Arena at Milton Keynes. It's what is it? The Milton Keynes Dons football ground. Hopefully it will be a lot less busy than it was last year. I don't know if Pete Waterman's going to turn up with whatever incarnation of his layout. I don't think so. Let me just get the door for a second because there's a bit of background noise. Forgive me about that. There we go. Aha, normal services resumed. Yeah, we do have next door neighbours, of course, and you can get a bit of background noise. So it's better just to shut that out. Good morning to James, who is out in sunny Canada. Well, I hope it's sunny for you, James. Good to see everybody. Any news this week? I know, I believe it's EFE Rail, which is allied to Bachmann UK. They're going to bring out, I believe it's the T3, which is a 440 locomotive. So that's one bit of news. That came out of nowhere. It wasn't predicted. It came out and everybody's going, oh, look at this. and it's a bit of an old timer. It's around about the turn of the 20th century, so 1901, something like that. Ray Bertelson, good morning. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Charlestown Model Railway. Hello, Chas. Always a pleasure to see you, old man. Mav, and the S160. Yes, indeed. I believe that Rapido have got their decorated, well, they were undecorated samples, but they were samples taken from the molding shots. So this is not just a mock-up, which you do on a 3D printer. It's not 3D printed. This came out of the actual molds, and obviously they're quite advanced with that. So that will be with us, I would predict, probably sometime next year, or Q1 of 2026. But it'll be worth waiting for, I believe, because we really do need a 00 gauge S160. And for any of you that haven't sampled what an S160 is like, it's like going to America and standing in front of one of their locomotives. Sidetrack 77. Hello, Holly. Good to see you, and good morning to you. Thank you for joining us. We're just going over some of the new models that are coming out in the UK. We do have a UK arm of Rapido, who make very good models, apart from one which was a bit nasty. Yes, the S160 is a shrunken US locomotive, but when you see it in the flesh, it looks bulky, like you appreciate from an American locomotive. Lots of pipes on the outside, typical of American locomotives. It sounds like an American locomotive. The whistle is pure US. And the way it moves, the whole package, when you see it live, is absolutely fabulous. Really blew me away. That's the most I've enjoyed seeing a locomotive for years. When I saw the S160, it really is something. Tuna Dog, that's me. Hello, Dwight Curley, and good morning to you. I gather you're doing your live stream tonight. Did I take it that was at 6 o'clock instead of 7? So there might be a little time shift there from the Curly Express. Just tip me off if I'm right, Dwight. Torridon Road, Peter Dixon. Hello, Peter. Hi from the Pullman carriage on a steam rail trip to Wales. Well, Peter's obviously pushing the boat out, and I've met Peter Dixon. What a fabulous guy. What you see is what you get. When that shed door opens and you see Peter in the old man shed, absolutely fabulous. What a guy. And Peter's another giant, 6'2" type of, so yeah, stiff neck looking up. Peter's a wonderful guy, and he does absolute wonders with his layout. A smaller shed than this one, but what Peter's put in it, he's put so much of himself into it. The way he does his couplings is peculiar only to Peter, and it's brilliant to watch because it really all just works. So Peter knows his stuff all right, and he knows his way around Acura scale 37s and Bachmann 37s and all these kind of different things. And Peter's not scared to dip in and have a bash. And a pat on the back for Peter for doing that. I mean, and he really gets good results, and his understanding of what's going on is brilliant. So a big thumbs up to Peter Dixon. And if you haven't checked out his channel at Torridon Road, by all means, slip across there and take a look at that. I don't know if you can pop Peter Dixon's channel in there, Digger, if I could put that onto the hunch of your back. That would be great. Wham Gok, you're never late. You're never late. I won't expand on that. Otherwise, I might be imitating other channels. But yeah, I'm sure you get it. Nobody's ever late. Peter Dixon is a legend. Absolutely. I noticed you didn't move that out to produce Leg End. An absolute legend. You're absolutely right. So what have we got today running? Well, I thought I'd break out it's all Hornby, this lot. So yes, and it all works. I didn't have to hold my breath. These are train packs. So what you get in them is your locomotive, and you get 3 typical carriages, and it's a named train. So today we've got the Atlantic Coast Express and the Northumbrian. So you've got the Atlantic Coast Express is a typical southern train of the 50s. So you've got a bullied Pacific pulling a rake of 3 Mark 1 green coaches. And on the other track is A4. You can just see it past my arm there. A4 Pacific, number 60,003, which is Andrew K. McCosh. An odd one, that, but we can come back to that. And that's pulling 3 Gresley coaches in blood and custard. I did see Mystic Railroad John popping in there. Nice to see you, John. I hope this morning finds you bright and bushy-tailed. And I hope the weather there is good. Nothing drastic. Because I know in the Americas and Canada, you can get some pretty drastic weather there to the extremes. So you've either got extreme hot, extreme wet, extreme wind, extreme cold, and any mixture of those. We don't tend to get that much in the way of extreme weather. And when we do, the country grinds to a halt because we're just not designed for it. There's hope we're all well. Yes, I believe everybody in the chat is heads up. Digger not in the chat at the moment, so can't share. Okay. All right. Well, perhaps we can fix that. There you go. Okie dokie. And Model Railway Shed Dino, you are now enabled as a moderator. So Dino, if you could possibly do the honours for Peter Dixon, I'm sure Peter would be over the moon. Got to go. Oh, dinner is served on the train. Brilliant. Thanks for coming in, Peter. It's always a pleasure. And long may it continue. Enjoy your trip. Yeah, Joy, Andy's worth it. What have you said? Well, J7, you've been getting up really early lately. Well, that's very kind of you. Very kind of you both. Yes, that's an endorsement of types. And many thanks. We've got Anthony Dodge, who has slid into the chat. A very good morning to you, Anthony. I hope yourself and Joyce are very well. And I know Sunday's usually a fairly busy time for you. So I'm absolutely tickled pink that you've popped into the chat. I know you're a busy chap. I'm dog sitting all night and day today. So does that mean when you do your live stream, you are going to have doggy? Always nice to see. There's Pete Dixon's Torridon Road. Dino's just popped that in. So if you haven't subscribed to Peter, yeah, what a guy. What a layout. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Always entertaining. Great DCC sounds. So, yeah, very, very, very much worthwhile having a look at that one. Mav, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Anthony. Definitely morning, Mav, for our ladies and gents on the Americas side of the world. I believe there's a 5-hour time shift. I could be wrong there at the moment. Ivor Van Zon says, saw a misted up car today with 2 Leon burgers and a driver. I'm not sure I understand that one. Perhaps you'd like to expand on that, Ivo. The word Leon burger is escaping me at the moment. Pitbull, I'm not sure she's full-blooded. A pitbull? Good grief. Yeah, that's 7 hours for Dwight. I see. In about an hour, I'm heading to Trecothick Creek. That sounds Cornish. And Windsor Railway. It is a 7.5 inch gauge railway. Most of the club is going for a barbecue picnic and ride trains. Leon Burger, giant dog. Okay, thank you, Ivo. I shall remember that. A Leon Burger. Our doggy is not so giant, but she's got long enough teeth on her. She's a year old. Well, she should be fun then. So if she's a young doggy, it should be fun. Yeah, you're right. How my day has already been. I've no idea what the time is, so I'm covering all the bases. Yeah, I understand, Mav. Yeah, you have some good luck. I know you're at work, so yeah, just chill. In fact, I did go model flying yesterday. I didn't actually do anything. I just went along to watch because it was such a tough week that I thought, do I really want to test myself by competing? And when it gets to competition, all of a sudden it starts to become important to win. And no, then you start to miss things because your concentration level goes up. And won't be able to comment on anything. I'm in the loft with me on the TV. How about that? I believe I've just got to something like 380 subscribers. I don't know how that happened, but I'm very grateful. I am. I truly am. So, okay, Chaz, you just carry on with the layout because I know that's where your loft is. So I know you'll be working on it. It's my grandson's dog and he needs a bath. Does it need a bath because it smells bad? Or does it just look grifty? Grifty? That's another word that I'm not sure the Americans would use. Dirty. Or looking a little disheveled. Yeah. I got hold of an Oxford Models traction engine yesterday. Don't know if this is the Atlas version or a regular one. Don't know. I know Oxford Models push out a hell of a lot of, I believe they're all die cast, but they do model rail as well, although I don't think the two are, I think the two are only in name. I'm not sure how their footing is. One's obviously a parent company, which I would imagine is the cars, because they obviously make the most money, but they do have a 00 gauge wing, if you like. Just smells like a dog. Yeah. Our doggy smells like popcorn. I don't know how that works out, but if you like popcorn, ours is your dog. Yeah, so there you go. Unless, of course, my sense of smell is degrading over time, as you do when you get old. Getting old sucks. Monsville Railway, good evening. Yes, now we've gone to the other extreme. We're sort of early afternoon. Anthony's definitely morning. And Mons is definitely evening. So you've got a whole day there. Yeah, a whole day there, worldwide, which is incredible. Right, what am I running today? Yes, as I said, the Atlantic Coast Express, which is a Bully Pacific. This is the one with all the valve gear, the rebuilt version. And that is, I believe, it's clan line. The writing on that, though, is so small I'll, it is 35022. So if somebody would like to look that up and confirm that it's actually clan line, feel free to do so. 10 p.m. Sunday here. So it's definitely night for you. So we've spanned a whole day. Incredible. And then on the other track, A4, Andrew K. McCosh, 60003, which my dad took photos of before I was born. You can always tell that because they're all in black and white. But I never actually got to see it at King's Cross, where lots of the photos of A4 were taken, because it was such a great back scene for an A4. Right, let's get them running. So it may get a little noisy. I did try it beforehand, obviously, to test things out. So I'll start off the Bully Pacific first. I won't run it too fast, otherwise it might become a bit overwhelming sound-wise. I have a junction. Hello, Danny. Hello, mate, and hello to all the stream. Sorry I'm late. My birthday today, so I'm having the family round. Well, Danny, happy birthday. Many happy returns to you, matey. 21 again? Maybe, maybe not. But you don't look a day over 20, mate. You really don't. And it's great to have hair. So enjoy it while you've got it, Danny. Yes, a very, very happy birthday to you. This means that there's probably a video coming, Danny, with, dare I say it, model railway bits on it. I wish. 40 today. You're not even halfway there, mate. So just look at it like that. Your glass is over half full. So, yeah, a very happy birthday to you. I hope this day of the season has brought you some happy Womb Liberation Memorial Day. That's a mouthful. And my teeth didn't fly out while I said it. So it's all good. Right, let's get the other side moving. Here comes Andrew K. McCosh. Right, that's both of them moving at a fairly low rate. So I hope you can all still hear me amongst the hubbub. We have Steve Childers, who has popped into the chat. Good morning, Steve. I hope Oklahoma, where the sun, yeah. No, I can't sing. But I hope Oklahoma this morning is looking really good. Photo bombed? Well, this is always a problem. Both trains are photobombed by me, and where you've got two lines that are fairly close to each other, something will get photobombed at some time. If I've missed anybody in the chat, I do apologise. Sometimes the chat will whiz past, and if I hadn't seen anything in particular, or I've answered a question, it will disappear off the screen, and then I'm scrambling. But if I do miss any comments or anything like that, I do apologise. And if I miss anybody coming in, if I've missed you, just say hello again, and I'll jump on it. I hate it when it goes past and people get missed. That's just a pet hate of mine. Thank you, everyone that's said hello and birthday wishes. Truly grateful, much appreciated. That's very nice. Thanks, Danny. I gather the cake's in the post. Dino got the cookie today. Dino is technically second in because I'm the first in, as Anthony pointed out. But technically, non-technically, Dino's first. So let me just slip aside, and you can see There's Andrew K. McCosh, and these are both in. That's the Andrew K. McCosh is in early BR livery with the early cycling line, and the Atlantic Coast Express, which is Clan Line, is in the later green livery, the last one where they had a green livery, British Rail, with the cycling line in the little, almost looks like an underground sign. Yo, Signal Joe. Joe. Who have I missed? Come on. The only one is being mystic. But if I do miss anybody, two steamers, cool, yeah. These come in like a presentation box, Steve. So you get the loco and 3 coaches in a box, and it's usually a named train. Like this one's the Atlantic Coast Express, and it's got the legend just at the top of the coach there, which says Atlantic Coast Express. And the other one has got the Northumbrian in bold, what would you call them, name boards. You should be able to see that if I get my backside out of the way as it comes around. Here comes Andrew K. McCosh. And just at the top of the carriage here, there is the board, and it says the Northumbrian, King's Cross to Newcastle, and the Northumbrian. So it's got all the boards on it. Hornby went to the trouble of doing that, and they're using period coaches. Train work, good morning to you. Nice to see you. And Andy Dobson. Hi, Andy. Always good to see you. Yeah, the A4 is pulling Gresleys, and they are in blood and custard, which is the red and cream livery. And the other side is just plain old malachite green. I believe the Southern Railway was still using malachite on their Mark 1 coaches. So at least it's gone to up-to-date stock at the time, 1950s. And they're using Mark 1 coaches, but they've kept it in the malachite green, I think. I could be wrong there. It could be just a British Rail version of a bright green, which is like this. But most of the rolling stock at that time were maroon or blood and custard. I know the peculiarities of the UK system, language, mathematics, measurements, it's all peculiar, but nice. Anyway, I'm going to get you down onto the track so you can see the hardware. I'll bring you over this side first, which seems to have more depth to it, rather than just staring at a tarted up wall, including driving on the left-hand side. Yes, well, it may be peculiar, but it's the way somebody decided to do it, and it then becomes convention. And convention is good because it tells people they're on the right track or road. I'm sure you understand. Well, that's my take on it. Anyway, let's go for a travel. In the meantime, there is still Daypole Class 121 in bits. I'm waiting on the prop shafts for that for Daypole. So that's still in the pipeline, I'm afraid. Let's go around to about here. So that should be something like a decent view. There goes the Bully Pacific. And that still does look like malachite green to me. It might be deceiving on the camera. Here comes Andrew K. McCosh, A4, in Brunswick green. But I think you'll agree the Brunswick green on the, what is it? It's Clan Line. That's a different green to the carriages. It might be difficult to see. Yeah, it's markedly different. So as it goes around and you look at it, they're two completely different greens. Whereas this is also Brunswick green, but it's got blood and custard grizzly coaches. Excuse me. I think the Europeans got it wrong. Well, depending on your point of view, we are Europeans. So I think we shared a lot more than what divides us. So there are more things we have in common still than the things we don't. And I think that's overlooked quite a lot of the time. Now there's a wave for Stenover. That will be Mark. Hello, Mark. I hope the afternoon on a Sunday finds you relaxed. From Alvida Same Pet. Oh, right. Yes. Quite an aging TV program based in the northeast, I believe. Can't say it was something I hankered after, but I know it was out there. And Trevor, good morning, or good afternoon to you. It is afternoon. Yeah, good to see you, Trevor. We have on this the Northumbrian with Andrew K. McCosh, standing in for the Mallard, of course. Grizzly coaches with blood and custard colouring. Or would it be crimson and cream? Perhaps you can write into BBC TV, London W1 12AX. And here is the Atlantic Coast Express, pulled by, what did I say it was, Clan Line, and 3 Mark 1 British Rail coaches in Southern Green. If I say it's Southern Green, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I believe we've got Bang Got You Carl in. We have indeed. Bang Got You Junction, Carl Braun. And a big hi to you. I hope Sunday finds you well. I'm starting to sound like Jenny Kirk. Oh, wash your mouth out. Well, as you know, Jenny Kirk is quite a big model railway personality. Does a Monday show on a Monday. I can't say I watch it much these days because Monday is a bit hectic for me. But I know it's still on. It's still popular. But no doubt I'll catch up with Jenny at one of the shows. Probably get. The last time she looked straight through me, but then I think she does that for a lot of punters. Otherwise, she gets stopped after every 6 foot of steps that she makes by people who like to chat. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it does stop you in your tracks somewhat. Luckily, I'm not having to wait for lunch. I managed to have it at what lunch. What's that called? I can't remember the name. Somebody enlighten me in the chat. I think I had a blip there. Successfully connected. I don't know what happened. Lots of buffering. Yeah, I think something's going on probably with the network. Unless somebody's gone and stood in front of my computer, and it's definitely not me. Right, let me try moving. Let's try moving that. There was a blip. Yes, I did see that. It was quite staggering. David Hall, welcome. There goes Plan Line with some Southern Region Mark 1s. And on the other track is A4 Andrew K. McCosh putting some Grizzlies in Crimson and Cream. I gather we're all back now. Can everybody hear me okay, and is the vision okay? Yeah, I'm sorry, Mons. It's definitely my end. It's not your end. I think maybe somebody's out buggering around with the wires. As a former telephone engineer, I know that kind of thing happens. Can everybody just give me a shout to say, yes, it's back okay now, or whether it's still drifting? Audio and video good now. Thank you very much. Yep, you got me. All good. Oh, fabulous. There's nothing worse than having intermittent faults that you can't put your finger on. That's the bane of everybody's life. It doesn't matter whether you're looking at a guitar amplifier, model railway, anything technical. If you get an intermittent fault, they are absolute buggers. The worst type of fault ever. Because it's so difficult to replicate the fault. I mean, it could be anything. Between us and the house, there's nothing but air. I live in a bungalow, so there's no metalwork in between us, blocking the signal. But there are also other things that work on the 2.4 gig bandwidth. So somebody puts a microwave oven on within a couple of 100 feet, and you're liable to see a bit of interference. So could be running fine. Excellent. Now, for those that didn't see it last week, I'm going to pop on the class 85 again. So what I'll do, I will bring, let's just open a path. I'll bring it in Andrew K. McCosh, if I can get her under control. So she will now diverge off to the right. All good. It's no sweat. I can always pull her out again, isolate, open up the internal, reset the points, and we're good to go. So I'm going to reverse. Here comes the class 85. Odd for me to do a bit of shunting, I know, but forgive me, I'm not watching the chat at the moment. Oh, a bit further. There we go. Right, back into forward, and here we go. Uh-oh. There we go. Right. Now we can get going. What acceleration that's got. Bungalow equals one-story house. Yes, I'm sorry if the word bungalow is a bit odd to people. The Class 85 today is pulling Pullman coaches, which are the reverse livery than you would normally see on a British Rail of the 80s. They just reverse the blue and the grey. But I think you'll agree it's quite an attractive outcome. It's like somebody put batteries the wrong way round in it. Yeah, it's fully lit. I think Backman put everything in. So there are obviously lights in the cab, whether you want them or not. I don't know what would happen under DCC, but as you can see, this is running on DC. And what I'll do, just to prove the point, we'll push her right up to the limit. Right, that's 100%. Here she comes. I'd say that's pushing 100 miles an hour now. So you see, I've got no qualms about giving it the max. And you can tell by the mechanism, it's well within what it's capable of. And drivers in there as well, and a second man. Right, I'll just tame her a bit to something a little more dignified. Better from Yorkshire, I'll translate. Yeah, do that. Thanks, Mon. Yeah, an absolute rocket. We've got Randall Ellison in the chat. Now, Randall's another guy that works really hard, working out for the railroads, picking up railroad crews from here, there, and everywhere. Really hard-working guy is our Randall, and he likes to spend his money on railroads. Bless him. So Randall's always got something good on the gas. So for those that don't know, a classic Bullitt Pacific in rebuilt format with Walshart's gear rather than the chain-driven derived gearing that they originally started with, which worked in some kind of oil bath. A very odd arrangement. But when they standardized everything after World War II, they decided to put Walshart's driving gear on this and make it a more conventional engine, as conventional as it could be. It's been dead this weekend. Haven't been out for a few days now. Well, I think, Randall, you could do with the rest. But the money always comes in handy, I know. But too much work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, as they say. And it's true. I'm just wondering if Anthony's got family coming over today. I know Sunday's usually quite a big day for Anthony. And I know Anthony and Joyce like to go out and do lots of things on a Sunday, where Joyce is obviously still working as a teacher, a very accomplished teacher. City of Wells still has the oil bath system. Driver can totally oil up sitting in the cab pretty much. Well, I know the oil bath system was leaky, and I know it could get into the wadding under the streamlined body and cause all kinds of havoc. Right, let's take another point of view. This time I'll take you over to the other side of the layout. There comes Atlantic Coast Express. And as you observe, it has actually got the nameplate on the front of it. I mean, this was formerly one of my dad's train packs, which I inherited. Thanks, Dad. And he did actually put the nameplate, the Atlantic Coast Express, on the front of it. don't know how well that comes out actually. Yeah, forgive the tool station on the right. This is where most of the gear is stored that gets used for maintenance. But I did fix the fence over that way. Go boating, play tennis. But drought and other events have slowed us down. Nothing happening today until Chris arrived late this afternoon. Aha! So, yes, there is something going on. There usually is on a Sunday with Anthony. And that does make the world go round. As an aside, there is a model winging its way to me at the moment. Looking at the tracking information, it is at Langley, which is in just out near Heathrow, which is where most of the parcels for the UK come in and go out. So Anthony's very kindly sent me across a model, which one I've been after for some time. The opportunity came up. I messaged Anthony. Anthony very kindly got that machine for me, and money changed hands, and it's on its way to the UK right now. So it's crossed the pond and it's at Slough. So I should be seeing it sometime this week. And if it does arrive in a timely fashion, which I expect it to, I should be able to present it to you next Sunday, all being well. And there's Digger. Nice to see you, Digger. I hope things are fair dinkum up that neck of the woods. I did have a little dropout in the, I don't know if it was the Wi-Fi or the actual internet itself or the infrastructure therein, but I did have a little bit of a jump there, which put the frighteners on me, but it all seems to have settled down now. Oh, there's another one. Wet and windy, Digger. It's quite fair down here, to the point where once we've done our stuff, I'm probably going to go and mow the grass. And that's not a Jewish informer. For those of you that know, mow the grass. And here comes the plan line. Hornby really did a good job on this. This was the model that put Hornby back on the map, as far as I was concerned. My dad got one of these first. I think it was this actual kit, and when it arrived and we put it on the track, it ran silently, smoothly. The detail was fabulous. It was the first one that they really produced wholly in China, and it really did set the bar. Mow the grass, I can paddle in mine. Well, Mark, there's only one solution to that. Out comes the strimmer. Trouble is, the strimmer tends to make my arm shake after I've used it. Obviously, there's such a concussion on it, or there's so much strain in lifting it and moving it around, it makes my arm shake for the rest of the afternoon. It's obviously some kind of nerve shock. Yeah, I must empathise there, Digger. I've had a pretty hard week, to the point where
I went model flying yesterday and didn't fly anything. I just went along to chill out. Nice sunshine, bit of a breeze, and that was up at Peterborough at what's known as Ferry Meadows in the Nene Park. Just running through that is the Nene Valley Railway. So I went for a little walk down there, and they had a class 14 diesel shunter working the line today and yesterday. Yeah, war wounds. Yeah. I don't know. I think everybody would suffer that. It's a bit like having a pneumatic hammer, and you don't realise until it's all over and you've broken up what you wanted to break up, that you realise that the nerves in your arm are screaming for help. Yeah, it was a nice day, Digger. It was just good to sit down, chew the fat with some of the model flying guys who I know, and watch what they did to avoid the quite breezy conditions. Trouble is, when the breeze comes off of trees, it tends to put a lot of turbulence into the air, and that leads to downdrafts, and that's not the kind of thing you want when you're trying to fly model aircraft, particularly ones that you release and they just go where they want, and you start them upwind and they very quickly go downwind, so you've got a long walk to retrieve them. And we've got Delft Junction Pete in. Hello, Pete. We've got Clan Line coming around now with some Southern Mark 1s, well, in the Southern colour. And on the other route, we've got a Class 85 in electric blue, pulling some reverse coloured Pullmans, which I gather you've probably seen before, Pete. Yeah, that's funny you said that, Anthony, because I've been flying at Peterborough. They have a model competition every September, and I remember times up there where the ground was concrete hard and all the grass was just yellow. So we've had situations similar to that, and the only moisture it really gets is when you get into September and you get quite a sharp drop in temperature overnight, and you get dew on the grass, and that really does sort of bring it back into life before winter sets in. But let's just advance the speed on that a little. No, it's all good fun, Pete. Actually, got to get some more of those. My dad originally had quite a few of them, all of the same number. Now, it doesn't really matter to me much, but Richard likes to have consecutive numbers. I was just about to say executive numbers, but you can't really see them on there too well. They're E numbers, so Eastern region. Monville's getting his hot plants sprouting this week. I gather that's a good sign. Do they do that at this time of year, Mons? Now, Mav, you're not teasing Pete, are you? Yes. Oh, right, okay. So they're sprouting in September. Yes, I suppose it's coming round to the hot season for you in New Zealand. and Australia. So, yeah, it will be springtime. We've got Mum and Son Train Rail fans in. That's Tammy and Ray. Hello, Tammy and Ray. Nice to see you this fine morning. What's coming first for you? That's the Electric Blue Class 85 and the reverse coloured Pullmans. Then coming the other way, fully Pacific Clan Line with a set of 3 Southern Region green carriages marked the Atlantic Coast Express. Whew, that was quite a mouthful. And there's some nice spam from Dino for Ray. I hope you're doing well this morning, Ray. I hope you're enjoying those trains, as always. The more, the merrier. Green hop brew. Time once they've all flowered. Ooh, green hops. Right. So do I take it you're making your own beer, Mons? If anybody's wondering what that is, it's a Pico wheel cleaner. I'm not sure if I've seen Clive in today, so I would imagine Clive's out, beating around various places, trying to pick up some bargains. If he does, we'll find out soon enough. And Papa John Trains. I didn't see you come in, but welcome in. Nice to see you. All the cows over here have been repopulated by some wood lice that have found their way in. They tend to pop up just about everywhere. Removing lots of fluff, yes, that's always a good thing. Oh, that's something I haven't shown you. I managed to get my sheet updated. So I don't know if you can see that too well, but on this one we've got Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider. We've got Highs, H&H Express, Tony Northeastern, Jim Tedesco, Roberts train set, Brian at Finnerton Junction, the Dragon Junction, Smallwood Junction, that's Paul, Route 7 Railway, that's Steve, March West Junction, Andy, and Lumsdonia is Timbersurf. So that's my up-to-date poster board. And that sits up on the wall over there. Yeah, Laudale, yeah. Usually I just find the husks. I don't tend to find them alive. So something in the shed's probably eating them and leaving me with the entrails. No, I haven't, Pete. And I must confess that I've been tardy and I haven't made any of my own. But I'm sure I can probably get around to do that. Hopefully before it gets. Whoa, Mum, Son, Train Rail fans. We'd love to send you any one of our new stickers. Oh, that'd be super. My email address is on my About page on YouTube. So if you'd like to contact me as a direct message, I can always pop my address on there. And I'd be overwhelmed to put your sticker with the rest of the luminaries that I have on my sticker board. We've got March West Andy. Hello, Andy. Funny enough, I was just showing off your card there. We've got the Class 85 running today with the reverse coloured Pullmans. And also we've got the Atlantic Coast Express being pulled by a Clan Line, which is just coming around now. And there is Clan Line in rebuilt form with 3 Mark 1s in southern green with the Atlantic Coast moniker just above the windows. Right, let me grab that. There we go. Oh, we are back in the seated position. Right, let's just bring things to a gentle stop. I'll bring them at a stop at the right signal. So that should just finish the sequence there. And I've just missed this one. But I can bring it to a stop just there. That one really does creep well, the Clan Line. They did a bang-up job, Hornby, round about the turn of the millennium up until around 2005. Every model they produced was just of a standard that we hadn't seen before. And it's still good after 24 years. That's as good as the day it was made. So, yeah, they really did do some good stuff then. They still do, but it's a little more hit and miss now. So I'm not going to dump on Hornby. If they come out with a really good product, I will tell you it's good if I can afford it. So there you go. Another day, another dollar. Peach, we've just had our flu shots and the COVID boosters. Put the teeth in. 11 p.m. here, time for sleep. Thanks for coming in, Monsville Railway. Always a pleasure. Sorry about the blip in the broadcast halfway through. There's obviously an internet outage there somewhere. Obviously, it wasn't that serious because everything came back and it reset itself, fortunately. Stanhope Model Railway, we were planning Saturday afternoon, 2ish, and all of Sunday. Well, we'll still be at Getz on Saturday. And I don't see any reason why we can't go Sunday as well. So, we'll try, because there's always something you miss on one day that you can take care of on the next. And it'll be mind-blowing to meet everyone. It sure will. To have somebody come from the other side of the world who we feel we know very well. With Anthony, what you see is what you get. And Joyce is just so natural that I'm not expecting Joyce to freak out at any time. So you don't know. Nah, pretty stable individuals for outsiders. But yeah, that's going to be a great day. Anthony's got the best of both worlds because on the Saturday, he'll be going to the Worley show at wherever that was. It's the Worley Club's extravaganza on the day, strangely enough, that Getz is also on the same weekend. But more choice, I'm not going to knock that. It's Joyce may suddenly feel overwhelmed, but we shall see. No, I think Daisy's cool. So Daisy's just cool. So can you all hit the like button? Woo! Yeah, fabulous. It's just going to be a great time. So I'm not expecting any disasters like last year, where there was a football match on the Sunday.
And of course, they moved a lot of the parking off the site, which meant that you had to get a bus in, and there was trouble with the buses, and Pete Waterman was there with his huge layout, and it was oversubscribed. It's not usually that bad it gets, but for those that went, I know some of the guys couldn't even get in, and there was extreme frustration. I think they shut the doors at one stage because it was overpopulated, more than the certificate of insurance could guarantee anyway. So they shut the doors at one stage, which is extraordinary for an exhibition, but it was oversubscribed. And I think all of the pre-ordered tickets were sold out on both days. You can put me right if I'm wrong there, but Sunday lunchtime. Okay, Pete, you take care and enjoy yourself, matey. I know you will. Alan Reynolds has just popped in just as we're about to pop out. Nice to see you, Alan, and thanks for coming in. Another bright and breezy day. I know there's some quite bad weather up north. Sorry about that, but you pays your money, it takes your choice. It'll be great to see both Anthony and everybody else, and Anthony and Joyce, and all the guys that are coming to Getz, those that are going to Worley. I think Simon Trains is going to Worley. So for Anthony, and I think it's Graham who's going to be doing the driving. So I hope Graham's a good driver. Randall's hoping to get to Springfield, Missouri next Friday. That sounds fantastic. Springfield, Missouri. It's just got echoes of this is America. And here we are in Jerkwater, England. Yeah, great. Going up there Friday and Saturday. Excellent. Wham Gok, you're welcome. Always a pleasure having everybody in. And I'm going to, Graham's a fantastic driver. Good. I'm glad to hear it. So let's hope he's not tested like that. Nice and easy. And it'll be great if Anthony and Joyce both have a really good time. Something that they can look back on and say, we did this and it was fabulous. So we're hoping that there's no hitches and things like that, of course. Haunted Railway Jake, you're just a bit out of my driving range. Sorry. Long story, Dean and Mav. Okay. Well, thank you, Chuck, for coming in. It's always great to see you. Chuck Schreiber, everybody. And Stanover, better late than never, Alan. Yeah. Okay, Mark. Yeah. But we won't rub it in. The people have lives, and there's sometimes it gets in the way, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it all jigsaws together. Thanks everybody for coming in, and I'll catch you all either in the streams or next Sunday. All being well, I will transmit again at the usual time. And thanks everybody for coming in. And there's Jason, Barnabas Junction. Hello and good afternoon. I hope the weather's okay where you are in Crewe, but it's fair down south and it's pretty nasty up north. So thanks everybody for coming in, and I will catch up with you pretty soon. So ta-ta for now.